All right, this is Suel with Sun City Running. We're here with Deserae Cota, in charge of this Nike camp. First, kind of give us a little bit of an introduction on yourself, and then kind of how this camp came to fruition.
I am Deserae Cota, and I am a former track and field athlete. I ran track at New Mexico State, and track and field has been a part of my life since I was 9 years old, and it's been the sport that I've always had a passion for. And I've been coaching since I graduated from New Mexico State in 2014, and I've always known that teaching and coaching was something that I had a drive to do, and I've always gotten a lot of fulfillment out of it. And because I love the sport and because I love to teach, I came into this opportunity thanks to my best friend who connected us with the directors at Nike, and they allowed us to scope out El Paso and see if it was a good space for this kind of project, and we were able to get a yes. And I ultimately do this because of the desire to just want to help the next generation of athletes just be better and improve.
So, expectations for the week. What were some of the expectations that you feel were a bit of a realistic goal that you set for yourself to kind of implement with the kids? And how would you say that expectation has been met as far as the week has gone along?
So as far as what our goals were for the week and what we were expecting, we are predominantly very process oriented. And so the biggest part of this was every day to just see progress from the kids, and whether that was from a physical aspect, improving their form out of the blocks, or that was from a psychological aspect, just recognizing that the kids are talking to themselves more positively, or doing a better job at minding their focus and their attention. All of those things that we could kind of track and measure just based on the conversations that we're having with them were the major goal of ours. And something else that we had a desire to implement was the mental side of performance. So every day we wanted to give the kids a skill to take with them that would be beneficial to them, not only on the field or on the track, but things that would be beneficial to them in any aspect of their life, like self-talk, confidence, analyzing their performances and assessing what they've done and how they've done it and how they can improve the next time. So just very, very much driven on allowing them to be hyper-focused on the process rather than the outcome. And I think that we have, on the third day, I think that we can say that we have, as a team, really been able to manage that goal.
You know, that's such a good segue into what I want to talk about next. I'm real big on the mental part, and it was a bit refreshing to see that such a strong point in your camp. I know you do have also some education that was oriented in, the whole mental aspect specifically. In your mind, why did you feel like that was important to focus on, for one, and then two, why do you feel like it's such a important thing to focus on athletics in general?
Good question. So I do have a background in performance enhancement and sports psychology, and have my master's in sport performance psychology. And something that I often lost sight of as an athlete was I would train really hard, and the physical aspect was there, but then I would forget to figure out ways to incorporate more healthy ways of coping, and it really, really hurt my performance in many, many ways. And so one of the gifts that I wanted to give to these kids and to the kids that I coach outside of this camp is the ability to have healthier ways of coping and managing our emotions. And again, these things aren't just pertaining to the track and to sport and performance, but the most important part of it is being able to utilize these skills when they're taking tests, or when they're having a hard time managing emotions when it comes to their families, or when they get their first job or thrown into the world after high school, whatever. So those things to me is just being able to help these kids manage their emotions and regulate better, especially considering COVID did such a number on them. And I can't even imagine having been their age and having to endure 2020 and thereafter, because they lost out on so many things in that time. So my hope is just to be able to continue to help them learn these skills and know that they already have them within themselves, and then help them reapply them and reinforce them on a regular basis.
Awesome, awesome. And I know we're only 3 days in, but what can you say, whether it was something that you feel like you guys hit on the mark, maybe missed on the mark, but what can you say about this week has really surprised you?
Oh, that's a great question. The thing that has really surprised me and has made me very emotional when I think about it and I go home and I talk to my parents about it is the way that the kids, they're willing to help one another, and they're different ages, but I have worked with a lot of kids, and just like I was saying before, COVID has done such a number on these kids where socializing and interacting and engaging isn't something that comes as easily to this generation.
Right.
Under millennials. And so I was fully coming in expecting them to be a little standoffish and it'd be really hard to break the ice between them. But once we got past 10 in the morning, that hump, everybody was so good. And not only that, they're just helping each other be better, just watching each other in the blocks, like, oh, you could improve upon this, you didn't do this, or your feet need to be here. Like, I think that that's been the most fulfilling part of all of this. And I think side note, aside from the kids, is just the support and the love that I've gotten from people that I am close with, and also just people that love what we do and really appreciate that we're bringing this here, like you, Suhail.
You're
so,
welcome.
so thank you so much. But yeah, I think that's been the most surprising part, is just having a community that really gets behind this project and just wants to see us grow and do better. And I've met so many cool people as a result, and so many cool kids as a result of taking a leap and doing this, because it was really scary.
You know, all new things are scary, but I think that's part of overcoming the challenge and, you know, becoming more mature as a young athlete, older athlete. But last two questions. If you had a chance to talk to 18, 19-year-old Desi, what would you tell her? And then to follow that up, what would you advise to any young female or male athlete that wants to really compete at a collegiate level successfully?
That's a great question. I would say that I would tell myself that I'm capable, and that I need to believe in myself the way that everyone else around me believes in me. That I have all the things that I need in order to be successful, and the only thing that is missing is a belief in myself. And I would tell kids, and I've told these kids too, it's the same thing. We're talking about self-talk, but that self-critique is just the biggest monster. And once you find that middle ground between being able to critique yourself and know that you could do better, but then also not being so hard on yourself that you're impeding upon your confidence and your will to carry on, that's the sweet spot. And once you find that, you'll be A1.
You got to get that balance.
Balance is good.
All right, and I know said those were the last two questions, but now I got one last one.
I love it. Hit me.
This is always a fun question, and it's not one to be taken seriously, but hardest event in track, go.
Oh, 800, I hate it. And I was a multi, and so I was a sprinter. And, multis, you're just a little bit decent at everything. And that 800 is the last event, right, in the multi. So, yeah, that one was probably the hardest, because it's not really a jog. It's not really like it's pretty much a full-on sprint for 2 laps. And so I would say the 800 for me. Everything else I could kind of muscle or just like finesse.
All right, I love it. And we wish you best of luck in
Thank you.
all future endeavors as far as this is concerned. Thank you on behalf of the community. So we love to see it, and we hope to see more of it.
I appreciate you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.